In a few minutes, I'm going to be talking us through our plans to start regathering as a church. But I just want to take a moment to reflect. I was walking the dog this morning in the rain and it felt a bit wet and miserable. And it's amazing, isn't it, how much the weather makes such a difference to the way that we feel. And it just got me thinking about how the last 12 months of lockdown and COVID and all of the restrictions have been quite wet and miserable in an emotional sense. COVID-19 has completely changed our outlook on life and the way that we go about our daily lives. Some of you actually had COVID, but you didn't even realise it, having had very mild symptoms or none at all. Others have been hit really quite hard and it's knocked you for six. And some of you are feeling the effects of what we call long COVID. And I think in a similar way, some people have actually coped okay with not meeting together as church in person. But others have found it really tough. And I think we've got to be careful not to underestimate the long-term effects of COVID on the body of the church. And so I want to encourage you to think about that carefully. Some of us might be ready to get back to it as soon as we can, but others of us might just need a little bit more time to readjust and reorientate our lives around gathering together again in person. And maybe there's lots of other stuff too that's contributed to where you're at right now, wherever that might be. So let's just make sure that we're looking out for each other. Let's not assume anything of anyone. Let's get praying for the church as we emerge from lockdown number 3. Let's get connected and stay connected, whether that's in person or online. The truth is we need each other. We really do, because without each other, we become dismembered from the body of Christ. So, you've already heard about our plans to regather as a whole church in person on Pentecost Sunday at the Good Soil Project. We're really excited about that. We just need some glorious weather, so get praying and start looking forward to the time that we'll have to worship and fellowship together on that special Sunday morning. And let me encourage you to do all that you can to join with us on the 23rd of May to worship our God, to connect with each other after such a long time. It really is going to be a great time of celebration. And just in case you missed an email that we sent out last week, let me just take a moment to explain some of our plans going forward. And you might be wondering why we haven't already started to meet back in our church building. Well, there are a few reasons for that. Firstly, with all of the social distancing and other restrictions, we are actually still quite limited as to how many folk could safely meet in our building, which would probably mean meeting together several times a day if the whole church was to gather together. Secondly, there are a couple of spaces within our building that we're not feeling overly confident to use for health and safety reasons. And so there's some work that needs to be done to make the building fit for use. And thirdly, as a church community, and I think that you will agree, that we really value our times of fellowship as well as our times and moments of gathered worship. And again, our current building, along with current restrictions, make that difficult for us. So we've decided to carry on meeting online during the week for clusters, and in person on Sundays at Good Soil on these dates: June the 13th, June the 27th, July the 4th and July the 18th. And on the in-between Sundays, we will continue with Lifehouse Online. There's lots of reasons why we feel this is good for us right now, not least because we can all gather at the same time without a limit on numbers, as well as being able to sing and worship to our heart's content. And there will also now, because of current guidelines, be the opportunity to fellowship together in groups of 30 outdoors. And we'd encourage you to bring your own drinks and snacks if you want to. And then in August, we'll be carrying on with Lifehouse Online on Sunday mornings as usual. And then our clusters will be organising 2 Sunday afternoon social gatherings. And the dates are yet to be confirmed. The midweek clusters through August will take a break. In September, we will continue meeting just as we were in June and July. And then in October, we are hoping to be in a good position with less restrictions, hopefully, to start meeting again in our church building, whilst at the same time broadcasting the service online. I know that there's a lot to take in right there, but we will be trying our best to communicate this over and over through the weeks to come. So just take a deep breath for a moment, count to 10, and everything will be okay. If you do have any questions or concerns or any creative ideas, then please do get in touch with us. We love you loads, and God bless you. Take care. I'll see you soon.